Hello everyone. Okay. Right. So, I bought the LMDh and the Mercedes W13, which is the 2022 F1 car. So, I've had a quick drive around in the LMDh, and first impressions, it's actually, well, let's go and drive it. Alright. So, let's get out of the pits. Okay, so, coming out, it's, well, yeah, it's pretty sketchy coming out, gotta say. But I will say this, first impressions, it is pretty much what people have been saying. It is the LMP2, but kind of, it's kind of an LMP 1.5. You know, it doesn't have like the yeah, I mean, like, it's not really got the it's not got the kind of intensity of LMP1, if that makes sense. Like, it's slower, but it is quicker than LMP2. You know, like, with the LMP1, you kind of had to micromanage a lot of things, but here it seems as though, like, they've simplified it a lot, which I guess is what this, you know, LMDh is supposed to do. It's supposed to simplify the cars, make it cheaper for manufacturers to run, you know, and you can kind of see it here. You know, it's not a I don't want to say it's like less intense than the LMP1, because yeah, it is a pretty fun car to drive. Like, but I think, like, in terms of like the speed, you know, it's a lot slower, I think. Like, you no longer get that massive kind of kick that you get. So, for example, here, for this kind of tight corner, you blast through this in an LMP1, but here it's kind of, yeah, it's, as I said, an LMP 1.5. It's in between an LMP1 and an LMP2. And I think, you know, that's pretty good, because, you know, I think, personally, the LMP1s were they were an absolute blast, I'm not gonna lie, but you definitely kind of had to like manage the hybrid system and all that, and it's just like, yeah, like sometimes you boost and you just like run out of ERS really quickly and you wouldn't be quick anymore. With this, it's more kind of a traditional prototype. It has, of course, hybrid, as you can see. You know, it's got ERS, but it's a fairly traditional prototype. You know, as far as I know, you don't need to press any buttons to, like, oh yeah, here's a boost button and this kind of stuff. You know, you could just like drive as hard as you can, and yeah, you don't need to kind of know any hybrids to get any quicker. So I think that's a plus and a minus, I guess. You know, it's simpler to drive, so, you know, no more complicated kind of hybrid, but if you like that kind of stuff, then yeah. I think that's kind of what this car is. It's like, if you really enjoyed LMP1, it's going to be a bit of a kind of toned down it's a toned down version of the LMP1, but yeah, I'd say I think, you know, handling wise, it's very planted, you know, as you'd expect from a prototype, but you know, like, I will say this, I really like how when you come out of corners, let's just take turn 1 for example. So we're coming to turn 1. In an LMP2, you know, the traction control will kick in and will go, oh no. But here it's a very smooth transition. You know, the traction control just kind of does its job. Or does it have traction control? Wait, does it have yes, it has traction control. But yeah, like with LMP2, it's like the traction control is very jittery. You'll get a few times where you're trying to come out of the corner and the traction control is kind of fighting with you. So it's like, oh no. But here it's like, yeah, it's very soft. It's what a traction control should kind of do. It's not fighting with you, it's just like letting you kind of power out, no fuss whatsoever. So let's try and put it to qualifying. See what it does there. I haven't actually tried this yet. See what this does. But it makes it a bit more lively. And it's bleeding ERS pretty slowly as well, so that's a good thing. I feel like the LMP1's like it kind of got frustrating, which like the hybrid just like it's you use it and then it's like half a lap through. It's like, oh, I really wish I had like ERS, but here like no, like it's kind of bleeding away pretty slowly. No, normally you'd have to be really careful with the hybrid and LMP1, but here it's fairly simple. Just push. Okay, yeah, you've got your ERS modes and stuff that might make you go a bit faster, but at the end of the day, it's LMDh, you know, what it was made to do, or the GTP, depending on where you live. So, I guess what I'm going to say for this car is, yeah, like, it's pretty stress-free. If you like the LMP2, but you're not exactly a fan of, like, the weird traction control, I think you'll definitely like this. It's more of the same thing, just a bit quicker. And I think, personally for me, this is a car which I think I'm going to be driving a lot more. You know, I think the LMP2, other than the traction control, I think it's a really fun car to drive. And it doesn't have like the sophisticated hybrid that I kind of got confused by and everything. And yeah, like, oh yeah, you need this certain setting and everything. And no, I just prefer to have a stress-free kind of. I mean, I guess there are people out there who enjoy that, but personally to me, I don't want to... Like, to me, if you're going quickly because you're using a hybrid system and, like, you're using it correctly or better than others, like, it just kind of takes away from the racing. Like, I'm not saying that anyone who was quick in an LMP1 wasn't quick because, you know, they were quick. You have to be... you have to be really good to drive that car quick, but yeah, like, to me, who kind of struggles with that, struggles with micromanaging things, and I don't want that, you know, here, this is great for me. I mean, you still get your hybrid, but it's more simple, it's less sophisticated, you know, and I can just focus on driving as hard as I can. You know, I can just focus as hard as I can on the driving, nothing else. You know, as it should be, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, like, here we are. What's this going to be? It's going to be a 1:34. So, as you can see there, I did a 1:33. But I've been talking for the majority of this, so. But yeah, like, it's very planted, very planted. I don't know if that's a setup or whatnot. I don't know. This is this is the Daytona setup which I'm running, and it's just like it's just perfect. Like, it handles brilliantly. It's nice and smooth. You know, it feels like a GT3. You know, if that makes sense. Like, it's a car which you can, like, just drive fast without any, like, fuss or anything. It's just hop in and, well, look at me. I'm just eating curbs like it's nothing. It's just, yeah. Which I think, in terms of, like, racing, you know, yeah, as I said, I think I'll be driving this car a lot. I mean, like, just, like, I'm braking, and it's just, again, like, the traction control, see, like, if I was doing that in the LMP2, it would just go, oh no, it'll just fizzle and everything, it'll just freak out. But here, it's just, no. And I can catch it as well, you know, it's just, it's nice. It's nice to drive. I don't think I can say anything else more. It's just, it's a nice, comfortable car, which is quick. Not as quick as the LMP1. You know, like, it's, yeah, like, it's LMP 1.5, but, you know, not in a bad way. You know, I think light racing kind of needed this car, because the LMP1s, you know, they're just, yeah, like, they're sophisticated, so they're really hard for people to get into, because, you know, you're up against aliens. LMP2s, it's like, they're fun, but, you know, they're just, again, the traction control, I never really got used to the car. Like, I enjoy the car, but this is just better. This is, like, it just does exactly what I want it to do. It's not like I'm not struggling with the car or anything. I'm not, yeah, I'm just driving around, no mistakes. You know, it's just, I mean, I'm at 50% ERS in qualifying mode. I don't know if that's because I'm in practice. I don't know if it, like, loses a lot more energy in races or anything, but I don't know, like, so yeah, I think this is definitely going to open up a lot of opportunities for people like myself who, you know, enjoy prototype racing, but they couldn't really do LMP1s because, you know, not a lot of people drove them. As I kind of go off there, you know, you can still make mistakes in the car. You know, it's not, it doesn't hold your hand. You know, it's you know, it does lock up a bit, so it kind of has the same characteristic as the LMP1 and LMP2, which, like, if you brake a bit too hard, it's going to lock up and everything. But yeah, I think in terms of this car, it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for a lot of people. You know, I know I've been dragging a lot. I know I've been dragging the LMP2 and LMP1 a bit when talking about this car, but I think, yeah, like LMP1, you know, it's an incredible feeling to drive the LMP1. You know, like in racing, it's just incredibly intense, but you know, it's kind of like it sometimes feel like there's just so much happening. You know, if you get what I mean, like there's just so much happening that you can't really, like, you're trying to keep up with the car rather than, you know, yeah, like it makes your brain all fuzzy by the end of it, and it's just like. But with this, I think there's going to be, yeah, a lot of people who, you know, were probably interested in LMP1 but weren't able to do it because, you know, they found the hybrid complicated, and then they weren't interested in LMP2 because the LMP2 is just like the LMP2, it's kind of a middle class, and, you know, like, they didn't really get on board with the kind of car itself, you know, with the traction control being a bit iffy and so forth. But with this, I'd say it is like, yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. You know, it's quick, you know, but at the same time, you know, it's not too intense, but it's not like super easy. You know, it's simple to drive. Like, you can drive around, like, just as I've done, pound in some laps, but yeah, like, I really like the car, and I'm going to be driving it more. So I think that's really all I have to say for the LMDh or GTP or whatever you want to call it. My only issue with the car is just, like, the looks of it. I don't like the stupid little, like, grille which you see on BMWs these days. Like, just why do you have to make the grille like the entire kind of width of the car? You know, it just makes it look really dumb looking. You know, if you ask me, I would have preferred the something else. You know, because, you know, it does look really weird. Like, I don't know what it is with iRacing and picking, like, the cars that don't look the best. Like, the LMP2, like, the Dallara kind of looks a bit iffy compared to the Orica or whatever. You know, it's, yeah, like, it's not the best looking of the lot, you know. It seems like iRacing just get the ugliest ducklings and just, you know, just take them. But otherwise, it's a great car, and yeah, as I said, I think it's going to open up a lot of kind of opportunities for different people, and it's going to make multi-class racing a lot more interesting on iRacing. You know, not everyone is going to be driving GTs or LMP2s or whatever. You know, there's going to be an extra class now. You know, LMP1 kind of faded away. Now we've got a new car that's, like, up to standards. It's not up to modern standards. It's new. It's new regulations and everything. It's going to be a popular car. You know, so we're going to have GTP, LMP2, and the GTEs, and then the GT3s when GTEs go away. So yeah, we'll have all classes actually racing now, which I think is going to be fun. And yeah, for myself personally, for somebody who, like, for someone who wants to get into prototype racing, but like I wasn't really a fan of the LMP2. Like I like it, but I wouldn't like actively like participate in like races or special events in it. This to me is perfect because, yeah, it's like the LMP2, but it like irons out the kinks with LMP2, which I kind of have issues with. The traction control, you know, the kind of like fights with you and everything. But with this, no, it's just go out and race. You know, typical prototype. You know, it really does feel like a prototype from, I guess, like I don't know how to describe it. Like before the LMP1s became like hybrids, I guess. Like kind of like the Peugeot 908 and stuff. You know, it's kind of like that kind of handling of the car. You know, it handles like that, I guess. You know, it drives very much like that. You know, it's going to make mud-class racing, I think, interesting because, you know, as well, like with the LMP1, like if you were behind a GTE or LMP2, you could just like boost out of there. But with this, there is no boost. As far as I know, I don't see any boost button. Is there? No, there's no. But there is no boost button. So that means that rather than boost your way out of problems, you actually have to deal with them. Meaning that, you know, there's going to be a lot more chaotic racing, and yeah, like sometimes you are going to get held up by slower cars, which is going to add a whole lot more to kind of mud-class racing. You are going to have to race with them now. You're going to have to deal with them properly this time. You know, you can't boost, you can't do anything. You just gotta pass by them cleanly now. So yeah, it's as I said, it's going to add a lot to multi-class racing in iRacing. So with that, let's move on to the W13, shall we? I think I've talked long enough about the LMDh, so yeah, on to the Mercedes. Now, before I jump in, I actually want to see what liveries they offer, because I know that they don't allow custom paint schemes like trading paints or anything like that, which sucks. Because I wish I could, but I guess not. You know, no fun allowed. You know. In terms of liveries on the W13, it's the same problem as the W12. They don't really offer you that much, to be honest, and some of the designs are just not that great. Yeah, they're not very good, to be honest. No. Okay, anyway, no, I would not like to save my current progress. Okay, right, so let's test the... Where is it? Mercedes... There it is. What track though? Where's Interlagos? Oh yeah, it's gonna be circuit. Yeah, there we go. Of course. Not night, because this thing won't be able to handle night. That's to bring in Singapore, of course. Can you imagine that? Like, I mean, that'll be pretty cool, you know. Have Singapore and iRacing, or hell, even Monaco. Like, that'd be something else. Like, I'd actually like that. I'd really want iRacing to get Monaco. You know, just to see how people handle it and how I handle it. Right, so just loading up. Now, I want to do a few tests on the car. Because I guess everyone's talking about, like, oh, does it porpoise? You know, is it going to do porpoising and stuff like that? So, I guess what we should do is increase the downforce. From right height at speed. So, as far as I know, the best way to make a car porpoise is to, well, increase the aero, drop the ride height, what else? I'm trying to remember. Yes, let's reduce the ride height. Drive and brake. I think that's all we can do. I don't know. I can't remember how exactly they. There's more to it. There's more to make it porpoise more, but I guess that's the gist of it. That's the bare minimum to make it porpoise more. Right. So here we go. Okay. How the car was hard to drive and would kill you on exits. There you go. Oh. Understeer. We've got to get on. No. Doesn't look like it's porpoising. Oh, there we go. It did a bit. So it does porpoise, but not very much. It did it again. It did it again. I think it... Okay, so I guess first impressions. Now keep in mind, I haven't driven the W12 in a long time, so my memory isn't that great of it. I can't remember how exactly it drove, but first impressions, it kind of is similar, but not like completely. I think what they've done to it is they've definitely made it, I think, a bit harder on exits, and I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I think they've just made it a bit harder on exits, and I mean, keep in mind here, I'm using a high downforce setup, so obviously I think what we need to do is kind of change the setup. Now let's see if it actually did porpoise. Can you actually see it porpoise down straight? Well, you can see sparks flying out. Okay, I think to increase the chance of porpoising, we'll put the ride height there, the ride height here, the towing, the camber. Qualifying engine braking. Sorry, I don't really know much about the kind of. Right, let's just. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I heard it. I felt I saw it bouncing up and down a bit, but I mean, I don't know if I... Right, let's go on the baseline. What about lap 2? I think you can see it there. Let's just see. Zoom in. I mean, it's bouncing a bit, but not that much. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure about it. I mean, from my honest first impressions, it doesn't look as though they've actually changed a lot. You know, you'd expect with the drastic changes of the Formula 1 cars, you know, from last year to this year, you'd have like a big change of handling, but no, it's kind of it's kind of the same thing. And yeah, like you'd expect some porpoising at least, you know, like I mean, yeah, like teams were really struggling with it in the early part of the season. And so I think it would have been really interesting if we actually had to kind of adapt to that, in that, like, okay, we can't just put like huge amounts of downforce on the car and so forth. You know, like we have to deal with the porpoising the same way the teams had. You know, I think that would have been really nice, and yeah, it would have been accurate to the actual car. You know, in that, hold on, setup changes actually increases porpoising. But of course, you know, I guess it was I guess it's a decision, because if we did have porpoising, it would have been kind of frustrating for those. You know, it would have got annoying, I think. You know, like with the constant bouncing up and down and stuff. I mean, you could have at least. I mean, I don't know. Like you could have like limited the porpoising. So like you noticed it, but it wouldn't like drastically affect you, in which like you struggle to see your breaking point or something like that. You know, like it's noticeable, but it's not too bad. I think that could have I think they could have done that, but from what I'm seeing here, it's kind of the same as the W12, to be honest. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's harder, like, on exits, I guess. Like, on cold tyres, it is pretty lethal, but I don't know. Like, it does kind of remind me the same as the last car, which just, you know, it's just, yeah, like, it makes me ask the question, well, hold on, you know, new regulations, all this, and there's not really much of a change. Like, I can't really feel much of a change in this car, and I don't know, maybe they're holding off on data a bit. Like, maybe this is kind of I don't know, like, maybe they're kind of holding off on data until the end of the season, when this car becomes, like, void. You know, next season we'll have, like, an update to the car in which it'll have, like, oh yeah, the legitimate data of the car. You know, they're probably, I don't know. Like, maybe they still want to use the car. I mean, they're still, I guess they're, I guess it's still the current Formula 1 car that they're using. So I guess, after the car is kind of replaced with a new car, then we'll have something else. Then we'll maybe have an update in which they'll actually implement the actual kind of data or something. Because at the moment it just feels like a W12, but it's the W13. It's a W13 mod with W12 handling, if that makes sense. It's just, oh yes, let's just make a new model for the car. Here's the W13, model. Here's the model for it, but the physics are just the same as the old car. But of course, I don't know. I didn't drive the old car that much. I didn't really race it that much, so I can't really, I don't know. Maybe there is a drastic difference, but, to me, I don't really feel it. But, anyway, let's just try baseline, see how it works. Maybe it is high downforce, which is why I don't feel that much of a difference. So, here we go. Oh, it does kick at you. Okay, so it spins when you push it. It spins when you get a bit stupid with it. So I guess my question is, of course this partnership car started last year. They said that they were going to release this car, but they haven't really, as far as I know, explained kind of what happens after this. Are they going to release the W14 to iRacing? Is this going to be a year-by-year basis? I don't know. Maybe they kind of were like, okay, we'll give you our car, and we'll give you next year's car, but that'll be it. I don't know, maybe it depends on the car's success, the car's popularity in this, like, series, well, in this sim, you know. You know, if this car doesn't get the attention you know, Mercedes wants, you know, will they ask questions, okay, are we going to continue this partnership? Are we going to continue giving you our cars? You know, if no one's driving them? Yeah, like, it's going to be interesting to see what Mercedes is going to do after this. You know, who knows, maybe this might be the F1 car which we'll be driving for many, many years from now. I mean, we had the McLaren F1 car release, and that was on the service for years. You know, it was used for races for a long time. You know, it took us a very long time for us to get a new F1 car, so who knows how long the next one's going to be after this one. Again, the question is, will Mercedes offer them a kind of an extension to their partnership? Who knows? So I did a 116.7 there. I'm still not seeing any drastic changes from the old car. It still drives like the W13. We're at 3/10. Oh, it's so hard to see that. And we spin. Okay, so just give me a second. I want to see. Did I do a lap in the W12 at Sao Paulo? And I think I did. I don't know. I just want to see if there's a pace difference. But I haven't noticed. Stats. My Right, my profile. Where do they put the? Why have they? Right, yeah, results. Where's all the extra stuff? I'm not seeing any extra stuff here. Time. Right, series stats. Uh, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see where you get your. I'm just gonna go to the member site. And I'm not going. For some reason, I'm not going to the member site. Do I need to exit out of this? Okay, so I did a 116. Come on. Never mind. Yes, yeah. Okay, so, my profile. Alright, personal bests. Okay, no, I didn't do anything in the W12. I didn't, drive at Sao Paulo. 1 minute 24 at Monza. So let's go to Monza, see what we can do there. And then that should wrap up this kind of stream, whatever, you know. Because it's getting pretty late, and I need to get to sleep. So we'll just do a few laps, see where that takes us, and yeah. I'm not exactly sure what tyre I was on when I did that lap. I don't know if it was the mediums or softs. So I think I'll go on the mediums just in case. Alright, so go low downforce. No reason to go entire lap around. Oh. Okay.
Car has too much damage. We've got to fix it.
I feel like it's porpoising. That might be the bumps. That was the one at 28. So yeah, it's a bit slower. It's kind of doing it. Yeah, you can see it a bit more clearly there. Okay, so, I guess my impressions of the W13, not much of a difference from the W12. Maybe a bit slower. Maybe a bit more risk, maybe a bit more dangerous, coming out of corners. Maybe kind of porpoises a bit, but other than that, no real difference. Still kind of handles the same. Yeah. So I think if you enjoy the W12, you'll enjoy this car. Personally, for me, you know, I'm fine with it. You know, like it's a modern Formula One car. I enjoy it. I don't know if I'll be racing it, but you know, I think I will race it as a one-off maybe, but regularly I don't know. And with that, I think that concludes my kind of first impressions of the LMDh and the W13. So, thank you all for watching, and yeah.